Today we will be in Chapter 2, Section 2, the addition property of equality. Our two topic objectives for this section are to identify linear equations and check solutions to linear equations, and to use the addition property to solve equations. Okay, so the first thing that we need to discuss in 2.2 is what the definition of an equation is, because we are going to be working with equations from here on out. So an equation is a statement that shows two expressions are equal. And hopefully an equation, you can see it starts off EQUA, and that's also how equal starts off. So that means we're going to put two things and we're going to put an equal sign in between them and say that these two things are the same. So here's a couple of examples. First example is x plus 4 equals 7. What we're saying here is that the x plus 4 is going to be equal to, so it's going to be the same thing as 7. Another example of an equation would be 2x minus 4 equals 6. Again, we're saying the 2x minus 4 is going to be the same thing as the 6. And what we're going to learn in this section is how do we solve some of these equations. But before we start solving, one of the things your homework's going to have you do is called checking possible solutions. So I'll just do an example because that's the best way really to show what this is talking about. It's going to say, is x equal to 3 a solution for 2x minus 4 equals 6. Okay, so it gives us the equation and it actually gives us an answer. Now it wants to know if that answer is actually valid for this equation. So what we have to do is we have to substitute that x in wherever there's an x inside of the equation. So substitute the value of x into the equation and solve. So our equation is 2x minus 4 equals 6. Anywhere there's an x, we're going to put in a 3. So we have 2 times 3 minus 4 equals 6. Plug in value for x. That's all we did in that row. Now we're just going to solve. So this is where you have to remember your order of operations. Here, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's going to be very important in these. So first things first, we have parentheses. Let's do those. 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 4 equals 6. Now let's do our subtraction. 6 minus 4 is 2 equals 6. Does 2 equal 6? No, 2 does not equal 6. And when something doesn't equal, then we put a slash through it. So this is a false statement. So on your homework, if they gave you that as a question, is x equal to 3 a solution for this problem? We came up with false, so that would be false. Let's do another example. Camera shifted. Okay, let's do another one. Example. Is x equal to 18 a solution to 3x minus 2 times x plus 3 equals 12? This is obviously a harder equation, but you work it the exact same way. So what we're going to do is we're just going to substitute in. So anywhere there's an x, we're going to put in the 18. So we have 3 times 18 minus 2. 18 plus 3 equals 12. Let's do what's inside of our parentheses first. So we have 3 times 18 minus 2. 18 plus 3 will give us 21. And that equals 12. Now we have 3 times 18, which will give us 54, minus, we have 2 times 21, which will give us 42, equals 12. 54 minus 42, 12 equals 12. So that is true. So unlike the one above, where that was false, this one's true. So on our homework, we would say, yes, 18 is a solution to that problem. Okay, so let's actually start solving some equations, because when you solve them, you're going to get solutions of your own, and then you're going to be testing them out. So, solving equations. The key to solving an equation is to get the variable by itself. That's all you really want to do, is get the variable by itself. So here's let me go to a new page and we'll do an example. Okay, first equation is x minus 4 equals a negative 3. So remember, key thing is to get the variable by itself. In this case, our variable is our x. So we want to get that by itself. Right now, there's that minus 4 with it, so we need to get rid of it. Remember, the section that we are in is the addition section. So in order to get the 4 to go away, we need to think about getting that to 0. So we have negative 4 plus something is going to be equal to 0. So what is going to go in that something spot? Maybe it's easier in the beginning to think about a number line. Here's 0, or negative 1, or negative 2, or negative 3, and our negative 4. And we're starting out right here. And we need to get to 0. This is where we need to end. So we need to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Remember, right is positive, so we need to go plus 4. So we need to go 4 spots. So what does that mean? That means we need to add 4 to our left-hand side to get that negative 4 to go away, because that'll give us 0. That'll be x plus 0. But if we do something to the left, we have to do it to the right. So if we add 4 to the left side, we have to add 4 to the right side. Put down our equal sign. Negative 3 plus 4 will be a positive 1. So we get x equals 1. And that is our final answer. And I'm going to write that note here. If you do it to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other. Okay, so we have a solution now, but is it the right solution? We could have made a mathematical mistake. So something you need to do at the end is you need to check your answer. And this is exactly like what we were just doing. We have an equation, now we have a value. We just need to check it. So we have x minus 4 equals a negative 3. We just found out that x is 1, so we need to plug that in. So 1 minus 4 equals a negative 3. Negative 3 equals a negative 3. True. That's a true, oh, excuse me, sorry, I ran off the page. That's a true statement. If we would have gotten a false statement there, that means we would have done something wrong either in our checking or in our actual solving of the problem, and we would have needed to redo that. Okay, let's do another example so we can see exactly how this plays out. Let's do x plus 5 equals 9. And like I've said, I really like to think of this in the terms of opposites. So think of opposites. And what I mean by that is if we're looking at this equation, we need to get the x by itself. So it means we got to get rid of this positive 5. So the opposite of positive 5 would be negative 5. So it means we have to subtract 5 from both sides of our equation. So when we do that, we are left with x plus 0, because 5 minus 5 will give us 0. And then 9 minus 5 will give us 4. So that will give us x equals 4. Now, let's make sure and check our answer. So when we check our answer, we have x plus 5 equals 9 was our problem. So now anywhere that there's an x, we're going to plug in 4. And we get 9 equals 9. That's true. So that means the answer of x equals 4 is right. Okay, let's do another one. Example, we have negative 3 equals k plus 7. So our variable in this case is our k. It can be any letter under the sun, but most of the time you're going to see x's and y's. In this case though, they decided k was a good one. So we need to get k by itself. So the only thing on that side with k is the plus 7. So again, think of it in terms of opposites. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So we need to subtract 7 from both sides. So negative 3 minus 7 will give us a negative 10. And that equals k. So our answer is negative 10. Okay. If you want to see how that works, because I know sometimes adding negatives and negatives can get confusing, let me draw you a number line. So here's negative 10, negative 9, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so here's your number line, and what we're saying is, like, we're starting at this negative 3, so we're starting right here, and we need to go negative 7. So we need to go to the left, because negatives mean left. So that means we need to go left 7 spots, is how to think about that. Which means we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we would end up right here at negative 10. So if you're more of a visual learner, that's kind of how you can see how we got from negative 3 to negative 10 with this minus 7. Okay? But let's check our answer, because that's always the last step that we want to do. So we need to check it. We had negative 3 equals k plus 7. We said k is negative 10. So anywhere that there's a k, we need to plug in a negative 10. So we have negative 3 equals negative 10 plus 7 would be negative 3. So that's the right answer. Let's open up your homework and work some of those problems. Okay, once you get your homework open for 2.2, I'm only going to work 2 problems just simply because we've already done examples of all of these, so there's really no reason to beat a dead horse on this. So for the first problem, let me pull up my paper so you can see. The first problem says, is x equals 3 a solution to 2x minus 3? Oh, excuse me. Let me do similar exercise so you guys don't know the answer automatically. Okay, so we're given an equation. We're given 4x minus 2 equals 14. And we are asked whether or not x equals 4 is a solution. So we don't know if that's actually going to work. So again, what we're going to do is anywhere there's an x, we're going to plug in our 4. So we have 4 times 4 minus 2 equals 14. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 2 is 14. So we get 14 equals 14, so that's true. So is x equal to 4 a solution? The answer is yes. We are going to check. We got it right. Now let's jump ahead to number 13. Let's do a similar exercise. This one says just to solve and then check our solution. So the equation says x plus 7 equals a negative 3. So we need to get x by itself. So we need to think of the opposite of positive 7 by subtracting 7 from both sides. That'll give us x equals negative 3 minus 7 will give us a negative 10. Before we type that in though, let's go ahead and check our answer. Anywhere there's an x, we're going to plug in that negative 10. Negative 10 plus 7 is negative 3, so we get negative 3 equals negative 3. So based on that, our answer should be correct. So it should be no surprise when we type in the negative 10 that it should be correct. Check the answer. We did it. All of your problems, there's 16 on this homework assignment. They're all just like that. Either you're going to verify that a solution is correct, or you're just going to solve. So good luck on your homework and good luck on your quizzes.